Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Right, tomorrow's the first day of Ramadan, and I'm going to send you the pack, inshallah, on the first day. But before I send you that, I need to send you this video. Because I woke up this morning, I thought, I feel like being quite blunt today. And I do apologize in advance if I upset anybody in this video. It's not my intention, but my approach this year is quite different to the way I have been in previous years based on what's happened in my experience. Okay? Let me start by saying that each of us, you, me, all of us will have to stand in front of Allah and we will be judged. And part of that judgment is that Allah has sent us a book of guidance. Now, we spent years and years and years getting GCSEs and A levels and all sorts of other qualifications and degrees and all sorts of things. Those things, by and large, were to help us to make money and to live our lives. But the Quran was sent to us as a book of guidance. I am willing to help you understand that book in the original language. But you have to take those steps to actualize that goal. And in my experience is that not everyone's thinking like this. Now, the way I looked at life is that my top priority should be to do this. And that's why I set out on a journey to learn the Arabic language and study at least one book in each Islamic science. That's what happened. And I finished when I finished that, they gave me this ijaza to say that I had completed that. Why am I saying this? Yeah. I can't find my ijaza for Quran. I'm still working towards my ijaza from memorization. I have ijaza in reading. Because that's the priority. And probably I sacrificed other things and I worked less hard at other things because I prioritized that. Since completing that, and I met my teacher a few weeks ago and I asked him, this is the way I'm thinking, what do you think? And he said he agrees with me. I don't actually teach hadith, sciences, or fiqh or anything. I've just focused on Arabic. That's it. Yeah. And I said to him, I can get good at that because what I've seen is that it's not just there's two things. One is the syllabus and one is the delivery, getting it out there. And what happens is that it's hard to get people to do stuff. Yeah. It's hard to get people to do stuff. Doing it free didn't work. Telling people off doesn't work either. It's very difficult to work out the psychology and to get people to do things. But if you crack it, it works. Now, I have been able to, alhamdulillah, do that for children. And on top of that, I've worked out a way to do an advert on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, and get students. And we've opened up, alhamdulillah, we're on our fifth class, and I'm going to keep on going. I know how to convince parents, and I know how to convince kids. What I haven't been successful in is adults. I tried to do the same thing with adults. I lost a bunch of money and it didn't work. Yeah. So I haven't worked out how to convince you to do this. I haven't worked that out. I don't know how to do it. But I can share with you the way I feel, and hopefully it will convince you that this is important and that you should prioritize this. You're going to stand in front of Allah on the Day of Judgment. You're the one who has to defend yourself. Yeah. And you can say, well, I read the translation, but the Quran was sent in Arabic. When you say Arabic is a difficult language, well, here's a way to learn it, which is super easy. So what are you still waiting for? What excuse do you have? What are you prioritizing over this? If you're not going to prioritize this in Ramadan, then when are you going to prioritize this? And I'm willing to do this for you for free because I want you to donate to charity and then inshallah I get the reward for that. I'm not going to do that outside of Ramadan. I'm going to prioritize on other things. I'm going to prioritize on kids. That's where my focus is at the moment. My focus is not you guys. Sorry to say this. My focus is not adults. There's one thing having a friendship with an adult and they're being a nice person. There's another thing trying to get them to study. My teacher was very harsh with me. My teacher made me cry. Yeah. And I paid my teacher. And I really wanted it. I can't get used to there's a small group of people who have that desire. Putting that desire in people's hearts is very difficult. So I've made this super easy, and thought about this for many, many, many hours, put a disproportionate amount of time to try and do this for you. But you have to take that step. You have to make that decision. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you through what you're going to get and how you go about doing this, okay? So you've seen all of this. This is what we went through in the presentation. Okay, I'm just quickly going through it so you can sort of see that it's all there. You'll get this pack, inshallah. Okay, now here's the additional bits. Now this here, this bit I've added in. Why? Because here, these are the core, because I said the Pareto principle gives you the core concepts. Yeah. Here we have the remaining concepts because not everybody is, and I've written this all. This is a lot of research getting this done for you. Okay, so you can see here, like the accusative particle, the amendment particle, the answer particle, the inversion particle. I've done that work for you. It's all labeled. These explanations are not on the website. I had to do this for you. So I've put that in here so you can work out if you come across anything that's not in the top 90%, you can check here. Okay, look how long this is. Yeah, and you're getting this for free. You're getting this for free. But don't, because it's free, think, oh, you know what? I'm not going to value this. Because this might be a hasra. This might be like a proof against you. Yeah, that you still, even though it was made easy, because why do we do Arabic? Because it's hard. Well, now it's easy. Like I said, there's no memorization because adults say, oh, I can't memorize, my brain's not working anymore. You don't need to memorize. You just need to understand, which you as an adult are very good at. Okay? So here's the Ramadan Challenge Pack. Okay, all of these now are included in here. Okay, you can see this now. Yeah, so you'll see here at the bottom. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. You've got the challenge pack. Yeah, so you just go through each one and submit it. Okay, now let's take one. What you need to do, let's not do that one actually. Let's do one that's, I'll go to it. Not that one. Okay, this one. So you're going through, you need to go and check what each of these labels mean in the pack. So you need to go back, maybe have the document on your computer and print each sheet out, okay? And then go back and write. What does these are the core concepts: time, adverb, verbs, noun, verb, preposition, noun, pronoun, okay? Rem is not one of the core concepts. It's called resumptive particle. You'll need to go and check that. And you'll need to write them. I don't know why this table isn't working. Yeah. You need to write them in the table. There'll be a table here. Yeah. So this is a table. Write the word in Arabic here and explain what this type of word does. You need to write the explanation here. Okay. The second thing you have to do is you have to explain what this thing is in the red square. Now, this point is pointing like this. Yeah. So it's referring to this word, fi'atani. This is the subject doer. Why is it the subject doer? Explain that. Why is that the subject doer? Like what's going on? Try and explain it, because if you can explain it, it means you understand it. Okay. So explain that. Explain that. And then the last thing, you'll go to the link here and you can find out more about the verbs. So I want a bit more detail on the verbs. First person, second person, all the stuff we did in the verbs. That's it. That's that sheet done. The first few might be a bit rough, might not be particularly good. But then you'll get better. Okay? You'll get better at it, inshallah. Yeah? So that's it. That's it. That's the approach. May Allah help you. May Allah help me to help you. May Allah keep me motivated and not get annoyed and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's quite exciting. Assalamu alaikum.